law that can make an avoidant beg is the law of irreplaceable value. When someone becomes so uniquely valuable to their specific psychological needs that losing them feels like losing access to their best self, their deepest peace, and their most authentic expression. This law operates by creating dependency not through neediness or manipulation, but through becoming the source of psychological states and experiences that the avoidant cannot replicate elsewhere. The avoidant will beg when they recognize that they function optimally in someone's presence, that their nervous system settles in ways it never does alone, and that they experience their most authentic self when with this particular person. This realization terrifies them because it contradicts their self-image as completely independent, but it also makes the person irreplaceable in ways that transcend typical romantic attachment. This law works because it addresses the avoidant's core unspoken need to be understood and accepted without pressure to change. When someone consistently provides this understanding while maintaining their own emotional center and life direction, they become psychologically addictive to the avoidant. The avoidant begins to associate this person with relief from their chronic vigilance and defensive positioning. The begging occurs when the avoidant realizes they found their psychological home, the person who makes them feel safest to be authentic, and faces losing it. Their usual strategies of withdrawal and emotional distance become impossible because they recognize that walking away means returning to a life of emotional hiding and constant defensive management that now feels unbearable in comparison. The law requires that the person's value comes from who they are rather than what they do for the avoidant. They must embody qualities that create natural compatibility rather than accommodating the avoidant's limitations through sacrifice or emotional labor. This authentic value cannot be manufactured or performed because avoidance can sense the difference between genuine understanding and strategic positioning. When this law is activated, the avoidant's typical power dynamics collapse because they recognize they need this person more than the person needs them. Their emotional independence becomes less valuable than maintaining access to the relationship that allows them to experience their fullest, most peaceful self. The begging manifests not as desperate pleading, but as unprecedented vulnerability, willingness to change, and expressions of feeling they've never shared before. The avoidant recognizes that their defensive strategies will cost them the one person who has proven they can provide safety without suffocation, understanding without demands, and love without conditions for emotional availability. Understanding this law means recognizing that avoidance will only beg for someone who has become genuinely irreplaceable to their psychological well-being rather than simply attractive or desirable.